All right, today's yoga flow is going to be starting into your practice again after a week-long vacation. Very, very topical. So let's get started in child's pose. Start at the beginning here. Toes together, knees wide at the back of your mat. Go ahead and wiggle your hips back and forth as you sink back down. And walk your hands forward. Beginning to send that breath deep into your ribs as you bring your forehead to touch the mat. Take a few rounds of breath here, matching your inhales to your exhales. Exploring what's different in your body, what may have changed during your time off. Press down firmly through the base knuckles, those knuckles that are in your palms of your hands. Press down firmly through those. And set the tips of your fingers down, press firmly through the tips as well. So much so that your elbows lift off the mat and your armpits point down towards your mat. Ground the weight through the L shape of your thumb and forefinger and turn your biceps inward and up so that your shoulders integrate into their little sockets. You can breathe deep into your heart and your shoulder blades come down your back. Raise your right hand into the air. On an exhale, grab the needle underneath your armpit and breathe into your right side body, continuing to press forward with your left hand and back with your right hip. So everything else stays aligned, and you can breathe into that area, stretching along the ribs and all through that shoulder. And release, come back to center. Lift your left hand high. Thread the needle underneath your right armpit. Breathe into your left side body. Pressing forward to that right hand. Back through your left hip to preserve alignment in the rest of your body. Release, come back to center. And inhale, come on up to your hands and knees. Placing your wrists beneath your shoulders and your knees beneath your hips. And inhale for cow, lifting your collarbones and hip bones. And exhale for cat, pulling your belly button into your spine. Take a few more rounds on your own, following your breath, and take any other movements that feel good in your body, just loosening and warming up our spines, and practicing matching breath to movement. Into a neutral spine. Inhale, extend your right hand forward and your left foot back. Press out through your fingertips with your thumb turned up toward the ceiling. Press out through your left heel, engaging your hamstrings and your quadricep, hugging them onto the bone with that hip integration. And exhale, bring your knee and elbow together underneath you. Inhale, extend and lift. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend and lift. Exhale to crunch. Inhale, extend and lift. Exhale, crunch, and then release down. Inhale your left hand and right leg out away from your body. Press out through your heel and up through your thumb, sucking your muscles onto your bone to integrate your arm and your leg into their little socket joints. Inhale, extend and lift, and exhale to crunch underneath you. Inhale, extend and lift, and exhale to crunch. Inhale, extend and lift, exhale to crunch. One more of these, guys. Inhale, extend and lift, exhale to crunch, and set them down. Curl your toes and lift your hips high to come to downward facing dog. Pedal out your dog left and right. Finding that deep stretch in the back of your calves, the back of your hammies, maybe move your hips left and right. Wiggle everything around and start loosening up those muscles which you maybe haven't used in a while. You're like me and took the week off. Inhale, extend your right heel high. Bend your knee and stack and open up your hips. Take a few rotations of your knee into the inside, to the outside. Wiggle your ankle around. Spread out your toes. Shake all the dust out. Maybe do a couple points and flexes. This is your warm up. And then set it down. Inhale your left heel high. Bend your knees, stack, and open up your hips, and take a few circles here. Loosening up our left hip. Finding all the little tight points we have. Working your ankle. Pull it around. Points and flexes of your foot. And then set your left foot down. Press down firmly into your base knuckles and fingertips. Roll your biceps inward and upward by your ears. Let your shoulders slide down your back. Inhale, come high on your toes, lifting your hips high. Look between your hands and tiptoe all the way to the front of your mat. Capture your opposite triceps with the other hand and hang in a ragdoll. Using your breath to guide your movement, whether you're finding a gentle sway back and forth, weight transfer front and back, or just hanging and breathing and finding micro movements to start to release your muscles that don't need to be tightened. Finding where you may be able to use them more, such as engaging your abs or your quadriceps to help you deepen this stretch. We'll go ahead and switch your grip, even out on the other side. Release your arms, heel toe your feet together. Inhale your left hand high, bending your right knee as much as you need to open up a big old stretch on the side of your IT band and outer glute. Bring your abs in and up towards your ribs to help lengthen your spine and deepen the twist. Release your left hand down. Inhale your right hand high, bending your left leg as much as you need to get that same sort of stretch here. And release your right hand down. On an inhale, roll all the way up to standing. Raising your arms overhead and looking up between your hands. With an exhale, bring your hands to heart center and prepare for Om. Take a big inhale. Inhale, reach up, look up between your hands. And exhale, holding your abs in, forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift, pressing your hips back. And exhale to fold. And let's do one more of those. Inhale, halfway lift, pressing your hips onto your shins. And exhale, set your hands down. Step back to high plank. Wiggle your feet back so your heels are stacked right over those toes. And hug your low abs and outer hips in to support your lower body. Press your heels back towards your feet and squeeze your hands together on the mat to firm up your arm muscles. Use your breath to stay here as you start to build an inner fire, creating heat in all of your muscles. Inhale, rock forward over your hands, and exhale to drop halfway down, bending your elbows to 90 degrees. Inhale, pull through your shoulders to upward facing dog, and exhale, using your abs, bring your hips high to downward facing dog. And let's flow some sun A's now that we're all ooey gooey. Warm up for the rest of the practice. Inhale, look forward. Exhale to step or jump between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale to fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, extended mountain pose. And exhale, fold with soft knees. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, step back, high plank to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, hips high, down dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or jump to your hands. Inhale to halfway lift, and exhale to fold. Inhale, rise up, look up, and exhale, softly fold down. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, step or jump back, high plank to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, down dog. Twice more through these sun A's. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or jump to your hands. Inhale to halfway lift, pressing into your shins. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise up, lift your heart up through your shoulders. And exhale, softly fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or jump back, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, down dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or jump to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale to fold. Inhale, rise up, spark your fingers open. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, step or jump back, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, down dog. And now to move into our sun bees, start to open up our hips. Flex the rest of our bodies. One breath per movement. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or jump to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, hips low, hands high, coming into chair pose. Exhale to sink lower in your chair. Squeeze your abs up and in as you sit down lower. Lift and spread all 10 of your toes to fire outside of your shins. And find a spot on the wall to anchor your gaze. Be here for a few more breaths. Once again, building that inner fire. One more big inhale, fill up your rib cage. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. And exhale, step or jump back, high low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog, press the tops of your feet down. And exhale, down dog. Right foot steps forward, left heel spins down. Inhale up into warrior one. Exhale, sink down into your front knee. Press through the blade edge of your left foot to bring that hip forward. and hug your out right hip underneath you to pull it back. One more big inhale, go up, maybe even find a little back bend. And exhale your hands to the ground, high to low plank. Inhale to upward facing dog. And exhale to down dog. Step your left foot forward, spin your right heel down. Come up to warrior one. Exhale, sink low onto your left leg. Press through your right heel to pull that hip forward and hug your left hip under you to pull it back and make you square to the front of your space as much as possible for your body. All of our bodies are different, including our femur heads. And that actually affects what angle you can get to in a lot of these poses. Inhale, reach up, look up, go back. And exhale your hands to the earth, high to low plank. Inhale to upward facing dog. And exhale, hips high to down dog. We'll go through that 3 times, 1 breath per movement. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or jump to your hands. Inhale to halfway lift. And exhale to fold. Inhale, hips low, hands high, come into chair pose. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale to down dog. Right foot steps forward. Inhale to rise up. And exhale, come down. Flow through high to low. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, down dog. Left foot steps forward. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, hands to the earth. High to low plank. Inhale to upward facing dog. And exhale to down dog. All right, 2 more times. This time I'm going to not do cues. You know the pattern. Chairs and then your warriors on either side. And we'll meet for our 3rd round. And so, begin with your inhale, looking forward. All right, everyone, let's meet in down dog in our last round of sun Bs. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step, jump to your hands. Inhale to halfway lift. And exhale to fold. Hips low, hands high, come into our chair pose. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. And exhale, step or jump back, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, down dog. Right foot steps forward, left heel low, root to rise. And exhale, hands to the earth, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, down dog. Left foot steps forward. Inhale, come up, press down with those feet. And exhale, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, down dog. Now we're going to lift our right heel high. And bend your knee and stack and open up your hips. Inhale the inside of your left knee or right knee high. And bring a soft bend to your left knee so you can lift that hip high. Squaring yourself back up. Either stay here or come on over and flip your dog. You're flipping your dog, press your heels firmly into the ground and hug your inner knees together. Drop your head back and allow your throat to open. Flip on over into high plank. Take an inhale to lengthen out. And exhale, come on to the edge of your right foot and lift your left hand high for side plank. Hug the heel of your right hand in toward the edge of your right foot for stability and really to fire up your oblique here. One more big inhale. And exhale, chaturanga, high to low plank. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your left heel high. Bend your knee and stack and open up your hips. Inhale the inside of your left knee high and exhale to soften the back of your right knee. Inhale the edge of your right hip high. Exhale, hug in. Then stay here or flip your dog. Press down firmly through your heels and roll your shoulders open, sinking the shoulder tip blades down your back to look behind you. Come on over into high plank. Inhale to lengthen out. And exhale, side plank. Dragging the edge of your left foot and the heel of your left hand together to give you that support you need to lift your hips high. Bring your gaze on up to your right thumb. And release, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale to downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward to meet your right hand. You're in a low lunge now. Inhale your right hand high for an easy twist. Press down through your right heel, dragging it toward the back of your mat. Press down to the ball of your left foot, dragging it forward to square your hips. So you can open up your shoulders and look up at your right thumb. Bring your right hand down and inhale it up into a crescent lunge. Firm up all of the muscles, your quads, your hands, everything. On that back leg, give you the support to get way down over your right thigh. Bring your hands together and twist to your right for a crescent twist. Option is always to bring the back knee down. Release and come to center. And open up into your warrior two. Press both feet down and away on the mat so you have the room to bring your right hip underneath you and bring your left hip forward, sinking down over your right leg. Flip your right palm over and inhale, go up and back, reversing your warrior. And exhale, bring your right hand to the inside of your right leg for extended side angle. Bring the pit of your belly in and up and draw your front ribs together so you can send your heart through your shoulders and turn twisting up to the ceiling. Inhale, come back up to warrior two. And exhale, press through your front leg. Turning your toes to the side of your mat and coming down into your wide leg forward fold. Press down to the outer edges of your feet. Give you the stability to lift your hips high and drop the crown of your head lower towards your back. Place your hands on your hips and inhale halfway up with a flat back. Exhale to stay. And inhale all the way up. Pivot your toes toward the rear of your mat. And come into a low lunge with your left foot forward, right foot back. Drag the heel of your left foot back toward now your old front edge of the mat, now your back edge of the mat. And press down to the ball of your right foot to bring that hip forward, squaring you up. Inhale your left hand high in an easy twist. Bringing your shoulder blade tips together on your back so your chest can open up to the ceiling. Bring your left hand down and inhale on up into a crescent lunge. Firm up the muscles on your right leg to drive forward and drop your hips low over your left heel. Bring your hands to heart center and twist to the left. Taking the knee if you did so on the other side, evening yourselves out. Inhale, come back to center, and exhale, open up to warrior two. Bring the pit of your belly in and up, and tuck your left hip underneath you to sink lower over your left knee. Flip your hand over and inhale, go up and back, reversing your warrior, and exhale, come into your extended side angle, creating a long line of stretch from your right heel all the way through your right fingertips. If you're still active in this pose, and think of your energy going way beyond the edge of your limbs, that'll actually help you. So that push-pull, inhale, exhale, muscle contraction stuff. Very articulate description, but I hope picking up what I'm putting down. Inhale, come back up to warrior two. Exhale, press up through your feet. Turn your toes inward and clasp your hands behind your back, pulling down to open up your shoulders, raising your heart to the ceiling, and bring a soft bend to your knees as you exhale and fold over, extending your knuckles toward the wall in front of you. Once you get your head dropped down, and a good stretch in your shoulders to the spine, and straighten your knees back out. Get the stretch in your hammies as well as your shoulders. Release your body, bring your hands down. Come to the front of your mat. Step back into your high plank. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale to low plank. Inhale to upward facing dog. And exhale your hips high to down dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale to step or jump to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale to fold. Inhale your hips low and hands high to come into chair. Hug your hands together like you're holding a beach ball. So you can raise your heart up through your shoulders and exhale, sinking your hips down lower. Bring your right arm under your left, your right leg over your left to come into eagle pose. Bring your shoulders back, woo. Bring your shoulders back over your hips for greater stability. As always, stacking those joints will help. And squeeze into your center line. Coming back in if you fall out. And release, stand up. And exhale, sink back into a chair pose. Bring your left arm under your right, your left leg over your right, coming into eagle on the left-hand side. Press your hands together. Raise your elbows up to the level of your shoulders. So you find a point in the wall in front of you to look at. And demonstrating here, you always come back in after falling out. Release, stand up, and exhale, forward fold. Split your feet, hips width distance apart, and grab your big toes with your peace sign fingers. Inhale to halfway lift, bring your chest forward, and exhale to fold, using the traction of your toes to stretch out. Release your feet and heel toe your feet back together. Inhale to halfway lift, and exhale to fold. Inhale, roll all the way up to standing. Bring your arms overhead, and bring your right knee up into your chest. Guys got a great motorcycle that drives by every time about this day. Inhale, extend your right heel as far as you can in front of you. And exhale, kick it back to warrior three, extending your hands in front of you. Stretch out through your fingertips and out through your right heel to lengthen out the side of your side bodies. And bring your lower abs in and up to support you in this pose. And then drop your hands to the ground. Inhale your right heel high for some standing splits. You can stay here in standing splits. Your crown of your head dropping down to the ground. You start to bring your hands to your ankle to play with balance. So I'm finding if you've been on a boat for a week and you can still kind of feel it, you're not great today, and that's just dandy. Yoga is the best for us when we don't feel like we're that good at it. So that's when we really need it. And release, forward fold. Inhale, roll all the way up to standing. Bring your hands overhead. Bring your left knee up into your chest. Inhale, kick forward. And exhale, swing your left leg back for warrior three on this side. Extend your fingertips forward, sparking your energy out through your widely spread hands, widely spread fingers. You can feel those webbings stretch. Press out through your left heel, making long lines in your side bodies as your Superman. And bring your hands down to the mat, lifting your left leg high in standing splits. Continue to lift up through your right hip and down with your left to square your hips, dropping the crown of your head low. Use that 7 pounds of weight your head is to traction out your spine whenever we do these forward folds. And just like on the other side, play with your balance or stand in the split, working on that stretch. And release, forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. And exhale, bring your hands to the mat for crow pose. Spread your fingers wide, claw your fingertips into the ground. Bring your knees to the back of your arms. Lifting first one foot and then the other. Choose a point in front of you to gaze at, looking farther in front of you than you think you need. 4 more breaths here to play around. And release, forward fold. Split your feet apart and place your upturned hands underneath your feet, giving your wrists a massage with your toes if that doesn't gross you out too much. Sometimes the cues with toes kind of turn me off a bit, so sorry about that if that's happening for you. Release your hands, heel toe your feet together. Inhale to halfway lift, and exhale, step back, high to low plank. Inhale to upward facing dog, and exhale, hips high, down dog. Step your right foot forward and meet your right hand. Spin your left heel down, and inhale up into your warrior one. Exhale, open up into warrior two. And straighten your right leg as you go up and back with your hand. And exhale, come down into triangle pose. Press your hips back toward the wall behind you as you extend your spine toward the wall in front of you. Leading with the crown of your head, not just any vertebrae. And turn and look up at your left thumbnail. Spread your toes out on the ground to take advantage of all of the little muscles in your legs. And release, fold over your right leg. Step your left foot in slightly for a pyramid pose. Inhale to halfway lift and exhale to fold, sending your hips high, pressing down firmly to that back foot. Putting weight equally in both of your feet in this pose, even though it's tempting to not put weight in your back foot, will open up a whole other degree of stretch in that front leg. Engage your quads to let that right hamstring now it can safely release. Inhale to halfway lift and exhale, twist open with your right hand to the sky for twisting triangle. Bring your hips back into the left to square back up and create this twist through the whole length of your spine. Inhale, twist open a little more, and exhale, hands to the mat, high to low plank. Inhale to upward facing dog, and exhale, hips high, down dog. Step your left foot forward, meet your left hand. Spin your right heel down, and inhale and up to warrior one. Exhale, open up to warrior two. Inhale, straighten your left leg as you go up and back. And exhale, extend forward into triangle pose. Press your hips back toward the wall behind you. Extend the crown of your head forward to open up your whole chest, your whole spine, and make you so long and lean. You turn to look up toward your right hand. And turn and fold over your left leg. Step your right foot in slightly for pyramid pose. Inhale to halfway lift as you press your hips behind you. And exhale to fold over your left leg. allowing the crown of your head to drop heavy and reach toward the ground. Tucking your chin slightly will help to open up your airway and really release the top of your spine. Inhale to halfway lift, and exhale to twist and open up to twisting triangle on the left, looking up at your left thumb now. Bump your hips back into the right to give yourself the space to do this. And exhale, release. Bring your hands down and flow high plank to low plank. Inhale to upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward into high plank. And exhale, lower slowly. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming into a belly Shavasana with either ear on the ground. Keep your eyes open and find one place to rest your drishti, your gaze on. And return to your breath, matching your inhales with your exhales. Bring your chin to center, flip your hands over, and inhale up into locust. Reach your pinkies toward each other on the back of your body and turn the inside of your thighs in and up toward the ceiling. Spread all of your toes out to fire up the muscles in your calves and your outer shins. Inhale up one vertebrae more, and exhale, release, spinning the other ear to the ground. Bring your chin back to center, and inhale up for a second locust. This time, point your toes. Really point, extend out, lengthen everything. Bring the pit of your belly in and up to support you. So you can lift up and peel your chest open. And release, bring your other ear to the ground. Kick your heels up and catch the outside of them with your hands. Bring your chin to center and inhale, kick up into bow pose. Squeeze the insides of your knees together and raise your heels up toward the ceiling. And release, come down. Windshield wiper your legs back and forth to release your low back. We'll take a sip of water and then let's flip over onto our backs for some bridges. Here we go. Flip it over. Place your heels right below your knees. And your hands at your sides, palms up. Tuck your shoulders under you. Exhale to flatten your back against the ground. And inhale, pull the front of your pelvis up to the ceiling as you press down and forward with your feet. Extend your shins toward the wall in front of you. And release, roll all the way down. Prepare for second bridge. Exhale, press the flat of your back against the ground, or low back against the ground. And inhale to come up. Press out through your feet to fire up the outside of your legs and the outside of your glutes, that gluteus medius, to help lift your pelvis up and take any squeezing out of your low back. And exhale, release. Come all the way down. Place your hands by your ears. We're going to do 4 wheels today. So inhale, come on up into your first wheel without even thinking about it. We'll be here for 3 breaths. And come all the way down. Big inhale, big exhale, and come on up into our second wheel. We'll be here for 4 breaths. And come on down. Big inhale, big exhale, and come on up into your third wheel. We'll be here for 5 breaths. And release, come all the way down. And prepare for our 4th wheel. Big inhale, big exhale, and come on up. And we'll be here for 3 breaths. I'm not going to do 6 breaths to you. And come on all the way down. Supine Twist. Bring your feet together, knees wide, low back flat on the ground. Place one hand on your low belly, the other on your heart. And breathe and feel your heartbeat. And happy, baby. Capture your feet from the outsides of your hands. Find a little rock back and forth, massage your low back. Maybe kick one foot out, then the other. Stretching your hammies. Do whatever feels good, whatever your body needs. And release your feet high to the ceiling, like you're stepping on it. Exhale all your air, so you can feel your low belly drop in. And then hold that area right below your belly button down as you breathe into your back ribs and your chest. Inhale your heels high and exhale them down 30 degrees, pressing out through your feet, making them long. Inhale and exhale, bring them down another 30 degrees. Reach out through the crown of your head too. That'll help keep your low back on the ground. Your body long can help you to hug in. And then finally bring your feet down 2 inches above the ground and bring your head, neck, and shoulders up to hover. And swing your heels right to left. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And inhale about 30 degrees. Exhale to stay. Inhale up another 30 degrees. And exhale to stay. Finally raise them up. Bring your knees in. Bring your knees to 90 degrees, right above your hips. Or I should say, bring your shins at 90 degrees to the rest of your legs. Bring your fingertips just behind your ears, elbows flat out. Inhale your left elbow, Inhale your right elbow to your left knee as you extend your right leg long. Inhale, come to center. Exhale your left foot long and your left elbow to your right knee. Exhale, center. Inhale, extend. Exhale, center. Inhale, extend. Exhale, center. Inhale, center. Inhale, center. Or I should say exhale, center. Exhale, center. And then cut out the pause. We're just doing bicycles now. We're doing bicycles for 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And hug your knees and massage your low back out. Cross to the back of your legs. And you're gonna rock and roll. Or you can cross your legs and come on over into a downward facing dog. Inhale your right heel high. Step it forward between your hands, low lunge. And wiggle it out to the side for a lizard lunge. You can stay here or drop your back knee and come down to your elbows. Just getting a deep old stretch into those hip joints. And then place your back knee down if you haven't already done so. Wiggle your right foot back to center and press back into a half split. Pulling the outside of your right hip back and pulling your toes back toward your shin. Release. Wiggle your right foot over to the opposite side of your mat and come on down into a half pigeon. Keeping your right foot flexed to protect your knee and pressing through the top of your left foot to square that hip around. It's easy coming into half pigeon from this way to get your hips pretty crooked, so a little extra care there. And then breathe in all 360 degrees of your ribs. Release. Gently press up. And come on back into your downward dog. Take a counter stretch on the right side. Wiggle that hip out. And inhale your left heel high. Exhale, step forward in between your hands, low lunge. And wiggle it out to the side for that lizard lunge. Once again, feel free to drop that back knee and bring your elbows down to really get into that hip joint, stretching apart into all that juicy space. If you haven't already done so, bring that back knee down. Wiggle that left foot back between your hands and press back for a half split. Bring the outside of your left hip back and curl your toes back toward your shins to open up that stretch all along the back of your left leg. Release. Come back into that low lunge. And wiggle your left foot over to the side of your mat to come into half pigeon. Pressing to the top of your right foot to square those hips up before you start to fold over. Gently press back up. And come into a brief down dog here. Take a counter stretch on the left side. Woo-wee! There's a hip flexor right there. Bang. And bring it down. Make your way to a seat. Move your gifts out from underneath your sit bones. Inhale your arms high, arm bones by your ears. Then exhale, leading with your chest. Start to fold over your legs. Inhale and take a halfway lift, pressing your heels and sit bones into the ground. And exhale to fold deeper. Inhale, roll back up. And come onto your back to prepare for an inversion. Take legs up the wall with a waterfall with your hands under your sit bones. Or place your hands at your low back and stomp your heels at the ceiling for a shoulder stand. And from shoulder stand, with control, lower your feet behind you for plow. Pressing into the ground to send your hips high, your feet make that connection. And then bend your knees to bring them by your ears for a death dance pose. Once again with control, go all the way down to your back. And bring your right knee into your chest to prepare for a supine twist. Hug it into your armpit and bring your knee across your body, turning to look over your right hand. Release and switch sides. Bring your left knee into your armpit. Give her a good old squeeze. Then bring your knee over to the other side of your body, turning to look over your left hand. Release and come to center. Give yourself one last big squeeze. Then extend all of your limbs out. Relaxing your breath, closing your eyes, and joining in a brief Shavasana. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Roll out your wrists and your ankles. Move your head from side to side. And keeping your eyes closed, roll on to either your right or left side, bringing your head on your arm and bringing your knees up to your chest. Stay with your eyes softly closed. Press on up in the seated position. And bring your hands to heart center. We'll close the final Om. Inhale in for Om. Inhale your thumbs to your third eye center. Press them into your forehead. Press your forehead back into your thumbs. The light in me sees and acknowledges the light in each one of you. Namaste. Thanks for another great sesh.
Oh, that was great.
Yeah, thank you very much.